Hello and good afternoon and welcome to our first tea and chat session. My name's Philip and I'm one of the team at Salisbury Library, and we hope to do these sessions every week. I'll do them one week and Steph from Melksham Library will do them the other week. And so we thought we'd have a cup of tea. I've got my cup of tea here, hope you have as well. I've got a biscuit as well to go with it. So we thought we'd have some prose and poetry, perhaps a bit of information about the library. It's just time to relax and share some poems as well. If you want to tell us about your favourite poems or pieces of prose, please feel free to do so. If you want to tell us about your favourite biscuit, please feel free to do that. Mine's a fig roll, but you might have a different taste. Okay, so I thought we would start with a poem by John Betjeman, and this poem is called Diary of a Church Mouse. Here among long discarded cassocks, damp stools and half split open hassocks, here where the vicar never looks, I nibble through old service books, lean and alone I spend my days, behind this Church of England bays. I share my dark forgotten room with 2 oil lamps and half a broom. The cleaner never bothers me, so here I eat my frugal tea. My bread is sawdust mixed with straw, my jam is polished for the floor. Christmas and Easter may be feasts, for congregations and for priests, and so may Whitsun all the same. They do not fill my meagre frame. For me the only feast at all is autumn's harvest festival, when I can satisfy my want with ears of corn around the font. I climb the eagle's brazen head to burrow through a loaf of bread. I scramble up the pulpit stair and gnaw the marrows hanging there. It is enjoyable to taste these items ere they go to waste, but how annoying when one finds that other mice with pagan minds come into church my food to share, who have no proper business there. 2 field mice who have no desire to be baptised invade the choir. A large and most unfriendly rat comes in to see where we are at, and he thinks there's no God, and yet he comes, it's rather odd. This year he stole a sheaf of wheat, it screened our special preacher's seat, and prosperous mice from fields away come in to hear the organ play, and under cover of its notes eat through the altar's sheaf of oats, a low church mouse who thinks that I am too papistical and high, yet somehow doesn't think it's wrong to munch through harvest even song, while I, who starve the whole year through, must share my food with rodents who, except at this time of year, not once inside the church appear. Within the human world I know, such goings on could not be so. For human beings only do what their religion tells them to. They read the Bible every day and always night and morning pray. And just like me, the good church mouse, worship each week in God's own house. But all the same, it's strange to me how very full the church can be, with people I don't see at all, except at Harvest Festival. There we go, that was very nice. That was Diary of a Church Mouse by John Betjeman. And what I thought we would do next is I just want to mention that we spoke about a church. We're obviously missing the 800th anniversary of Salisbury Cathedral, which is a shame because we had some activities planned with them. But I just wanted to let you know in this month's edition of Countryfile magazine, which is accessible on the e-magazines at Wiltshire Library, it signs up to, and you can look at these magazines free of charge. There's an article about Salisbury Cathedral, and there's also an article about our next poet, who's Wordsworth, and this poem is called Upon Westminster Bridge. Earth has not anything to show more fair, dull would he be of soul who could pass by a sight so touching in its majesty. This city now doth like a garment wear the beauty of the morning silent bear. Ships, towers, domes, and theatres and temples lie, open unto the fields and to the sky, all bright and glittering in the smokeless air. Never did sun more beautifully steep in his first splendour valley, rock or hill. Near saw I never felt a calm so deep. The river glideth at his own sweet will. Dear God, the very houses seem, and all the mighty heart is lying still. So that was Wordsworth upon Westminster Bridge. I thought now we'd have some Oscar Wilde quotes. It's always good to have a good quote. So I thought we'd have some that might make you smile. So the first one is, always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. Another one, we are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read on the train. A cynic is a man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. So our next poem is called Leisure by W.H. Davis. What is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare, no time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long at sheep or cows, no time to see when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in grass, no time to see in broad daylight streams full of stars like skies at night, no time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet, how they can dance, no time to wait till her mouth can enrich the smile her eyes began. A poor life this, if full of care, we have no time to stand and stare. And of course, at the moment, we do have a bit of time to stand and stare, so try and make the most of it if you're able to get out, or just sit in your garden and make the most of that if you're lucky enough to have a garden. If you are able to get out and you're in Salisbury, one of the good things you can find out or get hold of is the Salisbury and Wilton walking map. And that is really good, a lot of good routes around the city, and you can try them out if you lots of places you might not have been to. This map is available online. It's something Wiltshire Council and Visit Wiltshire did, and it's really useful. I think my favourite walk is going up Milford Street and then through Shady Bower, which still is a Shady Bower, and you go out to Milford Mill Road and you can walk along the river and you end up at the community farm at Laverstock. Lovely walk. So lots of nice short walks that you can have in Salisbury during this period of lockdown. Okay, so that brings us neatly on to the next poem, which is, as we're talking about walking, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps a better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. It's a lovely poem, that Robert Frost poem, I think. And, it says a lot about when we change course and try to do something different and then think back on it. But you shouldn't. You should look forward and, think how you're going to get on and do things. And that takes me really to talk about a film that we watched at the weekend, and it's related to a book, and that was the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Society by Mary Ann Schaffer, and the film is probably still available on iPlayer. And it's a great film, and that was based on a book that we've got both in the library and on ebooks. And indeed, if you really enjoyed that book, there is another book, fiction title about the wartime period in Guernsey called Island Song by Madeline Bunting, and that's a book worth trying as well. And if you haven't seen the film, have a look at the film. It's not filmed in Guernsey, it's filmed in North Devon, but it's a beautiful film and a beautiful story. And also connected with that period, we're coming up to VE Day, and if you look on our website, there is a wonderful VE Day pack that's been put together by Wiltshire Council, and there's information on activities and songs. There's also a book list that the library service has put in. So that's worth having a look at, that VE Day pack to help you celebrate on Friday. Now, one of the poems that is mentioned in that film is Now We Are Six by A. Milne, so I thought I'd read that one. When I was one, I'd just begun. When I was two, I was nearly new. When I was three, I was hardly me. When I was four, I was not much more. When I was five, I was just alive. But now I'm six, I'm as clever, so I'll think I'll be six now, forever and ever. So for all those 6-year-olds out there, wonderful age, 6, I think, wonderful. Okay, so I just wanted to finish, I think, with some limericks. These limericks are always quite a laugh and a bit of fun, and I think they're quite good. So here we go, and this is appropriate after all the news about the Isle of Wight recently. There was a young lady of Ryde, whose shoestrings were seldom untied. She purchased some clogs and some small spotted dogs, and frequently walked around Ryde. And the next one is, there was an old man with a flute. A serpent ran into his boot, but he played day and night till the serpent took flight and avoided that man with the flute. And of course both of those were by Edward Lear. So they always make you laugh, Edward Lear poems, I think. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed the selection of poems, and I believe that next week Steph is going to have a selection of poems and prose connected with nature and wildlife, so we look forward to that. One more thing I want to tell you about is we have set up a Salisbury Library book chat group, and if you want to join that, look for Salisbury Library book chat on Facebook, and that's just a general discussion book where you can share all your favourite books, and I've already put my books that I've been reading in lockdown, and they included Cold Comfort Farm by Stella Gibbons, and that made me really laugh. So I hope you've enjoyed these poems. If you have any selections or any poems you might like us to read, please let us know. And if you have any book selections that you've been reading during lockdown, please let us know, and let us know on the Salisbury Library book chat page. Thank you very much for joining us, and I've really enjoyed it. And just to let you know, all the staff at Salisbury Library are missing you all, and we look forward to coming back and opening the library again. Thank you very much. Bye.